my glasses on today, I did actually recognize your username this time. I recognized you this time. So before I get real super going, for everyone that's new here, thanks for joining. Hi, I am Iani Fadania Omishango. I am an Ifa priestess and spiritual awakening doula for the African American diaspora. Thank you, honey. Thank you. And it's building up to my birthday. So before I get into the collective message, I do want to share that I am running a sale on readings. So right now, I don't offer tarot readings on my website. However, I did post on social media that I will allow y'all to get a 3-card reading for only $22. So you can just inbox me and I'll give you my Cash App information if you would like one of those. However, tomorrow and Thursday, I will be doing live one cast e-file readings, and those are only going to be $25. If you feel like you need more than that, you need more than just a simple question, you want to ask more than that, I am running a sale for 45% off all of my services. So not just readings, Reiki is 45% off. Reiki with divination is 45% off. All of my services are 45% off right now. So you can get a 75-minute divination, which is normally $101, for only $45.45. So now is a great time if you have been considering getting a reading, you never got one before, you've been trying to wait for a sale. So an Ifa reading, so the Ifa is the Yoruba tradition, or one of the Yoruba traditions that is Orisha based. And so there is a divinatory system associated with the tradition. Ifa is technically not the name of the tradition. It's been called that over the years, but Ifa is that. So I'm doing Ifa divination. That is the divination for that system. You should get one. It's only $45. Like for real, like now is the best time to get one since it's only $45. But I actually offer now different levels. So if you only need to ask one really quick question, you just want to get some really quick insight and see if there's an offering, you can book one of those and get that. And I like real talk, like right now, I think that might be $20. If you want to ask 2 questions, I have an option for that. And then anything over 2 questions, you probably need divination. And again, like I said, you might as well right now book divination unless you just genuinely don't have $45. So $45, you can either book it on my website or you can like Cash App, Venmo, Zelle me and book it. And, we can schedule it or I can record it, however you would like the divination to go. But I am going to be doing them live tomorrow. And then I'm going to be doing them live Thursday, which is my actual solar return. So Thursday, I do have a time. My plan Thursday is to go live at like 1:35 Eastern Standard Time. 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, because my official exact solar return is 1:35. So that is how I'm going to kick off my official solar return so that I can go get my nails done. And then it's the first of the month. I want to I'm make some money to pay the bills and whatnot. Because who wants first of the month birthday? What are you thinking about? I'm thinking about paying the bills. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So the other day, I actually wanted to do this the other day, but I honestly just did not have the energy to go live and do it. So I did a cast the other day and I said, what is the wisdom? What's the message that I can share? And hi, I don't know if that's YouTube or Facebook because I don't have to see the comments, but hi. But I did a cast the other day to see what is the message, what's the medicine that I can share with the collective at this time. Hi, my daughter, Alafia. What can I share at this time? What is the wisdom? What's the message from the collective? And so I did a cast on Sunday. And so the message came through the Otuda Ogunda. And Otuda Ogunda talks about our connection to spirit. Alafia Saison, our connection to spirit. And how that helps us to remove obstacles. And it's funny because I was just actually talking about a conversation about having a spiritual practice and having a spiritual practice going beyond just saying affirmations, just saying, just doing some of the with your toe is in there. So I'm going to do some affirmations. Your toe is in the spiritual pond. I'm doing some affirmations. I got some crystals. I don't program my crystals, but I do have some. They're in the house. They look pretty. I know the function of the crystal, even if I haven't taken the time to actually learn what it means to actually work with the crystal where I program it and tell it what to do. I at least have some. They're pretty. They're in my house doing what they do naturally. So I do actually, you have those things in place. So I know that I have ancestors, and the ancestors, like I know they help me and things like that. And you may even have an ancestor altar where you put food and stuff on there, and that might be as far as you've gone. So thinking about what your spiritual practice looks like and how you are deepening into your spiritual practice, deepening into your spiritual walk, and how that deepening into that practice can actually help you to remove obstacles. So that's what the overarching message is of Otura Ogunda, is deepening into your spiritual practice. And part of that includes like things like changing your behavior and moving ethically and morally. And it's funny because I saw a video recently. I actually stitched it, but I didn't address this particular part in the stitch. And so one of the things the content creator indicated was maybe spiritual people should go back, should embrace more of the Abrahamic traditions from a morality perspective. And that's I don't know where this conception, this idea comes from, that because you're spiritual, you don't have a moral compass or a moral foundation. Like, I don't know why that would even, those two things wouldn't even go together. Like, you don't all of a sudden become immoral simply because you leave an Abrahamic tradition. I don't know why that's an idea. I think there's a little colonized mindset still lingering there, and also a misunderstanding or not true understanding of what religion and spirituality are. Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, these are types of religion. They do not define what religion is. They are types of religion. If you actually go and look and read the definition of what religion is the belief in a higher power. That's the literal definition. You believe in a higher power. Whatever that higher power's name is, you believe one exists. You believe there is a supreme higher power, period. Spirituality is the awareness of spirit and how you move in accordance with that awareness of spirit. So you have religion, is a belief in a higher power, and spirituality is basically a belief in the intangible forces that move about in our life. So if you believe in a higher power, which is also an intangible force that has an influence over our life, that means in order to be truly religious, you must also be spiritual. The two are supposed to walk hand in hand. They are not supposed to be these two separate things. Your spiritual practice is what you do with your belief structure. Your spiritual practice is how you move in accordance with your belief structure. If you know that there's a higher power, how do you move? Hello, Egun. Like, how do you move in accordance with that belief structure? How do you move in the knowing that you are one with the Most High? If your religion indicates that you are one with the Most High, how do you move in that knowing? Otura Ogunda talks about walking within the ethics of Ifa. And on Saturday, I did a live that talked about how the ethics of Ifa are not some things that someone in any religion, in any practice cannot resonate with. Don't do any harm. Don't do no harm. Didn't say do no harm to people. It said do no harm, period. So don't do any harm to the planet. Don't do harm to animals. Don't do harm to other people. Don't do any harm. It speaks about like we are all made up of everything of the universe, meaning we are all still one with the universe. These are concepts that transcend simply Orisha traditions. It transcends the continent. These are things that can be embraced by anyone. So when you get in Odu for the collective, it says, mind your behavior and honor the ethics of Ifa. This is not telling you, even though there is a nod that you could initiate, you don't have to in order to embody those ideals. You don't have to be a practitioner of Ifa to know that when you learn something and you take in that knowledge and you start to apply it as wisdom, you share the wisdom with others so that they can get that learning as well. That is one of the principles of Ifa, is being both the student and the teacher. So being able to walk in that regard allows you to remove more obstacles. Again, there's that connection to your spiritual self, your spiritual practice, because you are not simply just your human vessel. You are also the spirit that embodies the vessel. The two go hand in hand. There is not a war between your body and your spirit. There's not a war there. The Most High chose your vessel. The Most High chose your body. If the Most High didn't want to be in a body, you wouldn't be in a body. Like that, you would not be in a body if the Creator didn't want you to be in a body. So you having a spiritual practice that goes beyond dogma, that goes beyond colonized ideals, and has you feeling things like I shouldn't honor my body. It's just a thing. It's just a meat suit. It doesn't matter. As if your body's not getting spiritual messages for you on a day-to-day basis, but you're so busy and you have been programmed to believe your body doesn't matter. You can't hear what Spirit's telling you because you're ignoring your body's signals. You're ignoring the signals of your body. The feelings that you get from your body are also the feelings. Your spirit is like, okay, if they're not clairaudient, where I can whisper in their ear and give it to them, they're not clairvoyant, so they can't see the vision. They're not seeing the synchronicities. That I'll give them a stomach ache, maybe a headache. Maybe a headache will get it, or maybe I don't know, this weird feeling in their palm. Here's a good example: palms itching. Regardless of what tradition you have, whether it's the left or the right palm itching is like that thing. Your physical vessel is getting a signal from Spirit about what's about to happen with you and money. Your physical vessel, thank you for the roses and glitter badges, honey. Like your physical vessel is getting a message. All of you got an elder family member, or maybe it's even you, where, oh my God, my knees hurt. My knees hurt. Storm's coming. Go ahead and get things situated because there's going to be a storm. There's a storm coming. It's good to see you in my life. There's a storm coming. This is your physical body receiving message from Spirit. So the idea that you should be disconnected from your body is not in harmony with how you are meant to move as a spiritual being with a physical vessel. Your body is part of your spiritual tools. Your body is part of your spiritual tools. Let me say that again. Your human body, your divine vessel that has the power and the ashe to hold source energy inside of it is your most important spiritual tool. It is the most important spiritual tool in your tool bag to commune with your spiritual court. You need to hold on to that relationship with your spiritual body. So when I ask, like, how does this show up? Because the Odu can show up in its positive manifestation, or it can show up in a negative manifestation. So I asked, is there a challenge here? And there is a challenge here. What's the challenge? So when I asked what the challenge is, what I got was Ika Ogbe. So Ika talks about our ashe, and specifically our ashe through the power of the word. It talks about our ability to speak things into existence. Ogbe is a representation of open roads. So when we're talking about our challenge is the power of the word opening the road, using our own personal ashe to open our roads. But what happens is, if this is the challenge, what are we speaking into existence? How are we using the power of the word to influence the roads that we travel? How are we using the power of the word to influence our spiritual journey? So then it's like, okay, what should I be saying? What am I not saying? What am I saying that is either positively impacting my human existence or negatively impacting my human existence? And those that know better do better. So then you have, again, going back to the previous of talking about your connection to Spirit, allowing you to move obstacles. Your connection to Spirit gives you the ashe to move obstacles. That means your spiritual practice gives you knowledge that you can look at your life and wisdom, how you've been moving, how you've been talking, how you've been thinking, allowing you to shift. And it's now 5:55 Eastern Standard Time. How can you shift how you speak, how you think, how you move, so that you can move obstacles and open your road? How are you going to be able to do that? And from an Ifa perspective, we talked about this Saturday, honoring your Ori, waking up in the morning and giving gratitude to your Ori. What is your Ori? Your Ori is you. The literal translation is head. So if you are a human being existing with this lovely neck, short, long, whatever it is, you've got one, and you have this lovely thing sitting on top of it, everyone has an ori. Everyone has an ori. So if everyone has an ori, everyone has the ability to honor their ori. What is this? What's in your head? Your face. You. It's your calling card. This is you. This is your consciousness. This is your consciousness is your ori. It is not simply your consciousness. It is the aspect of your consciousness that remembers its oneness with source. It's the aspect of your consciousness that remembers its oneness with source and is fully aware of your destiny, the fullness of your destiny. It is aware of the fullness of your destiny. And when you have a spiritual practice that tells you to honor your full self each and every day that you get up, give gratitude for your simple existence. Give gratitude for that. There's a part of you that remembers its destiny. There is a part of you that remembers its oneness with the Creator. There's a part of you that remembers. When you have a spiritual practice that centers that centers you as the sovereign of your practice, what that does is encourages you. You get this burst of Ashe. You unlock Ashe that's already been there. You simply weren't aware of it. You will unlock this connection to source energy that allows you to then have the energy, have the forethought to be able to do things, to move obstacles out of your way. In the Orisha traditions, your birth and your transition, those are the things that are set. Those things are set. Now, the latter one, you can do something to expedite that. But otherwise, these things are set. Everything happening in the middle is in flux. Everything happening is in the middle is your choose your own adventure book. For those of you who are not Generation X or older millennials, if you've never seen the choose your own adventure book, the Bandersnatch episode of Black Mirror, choose your adventure. Which way are you going to go? I'm going to go to page such and such. Go to this page. Either way, it's already in your book. What your free will does is says, which page of the book am I turning to? What happens in an Orisha tradition and even some other ATRs is when you get divination, then you are able to get some insight into which page in the book you should actually turn to. You could turn to this other page in the book. Well, hello there, Nigeria, Alafia. You could turn to this page in the book. This page in the book, it's okay. It's got a few little challenges. Aboshishe Baba. Like it has a couple of challenges. However, if you go to this page in your book, well, this is my favorite path. This is our favorite path. We love going to this page in the book. And so if you just go to this page in the book, your road will be smoother. Your road will be easier if you simply go to this page in the book. There may come to a point where you only can choose one page in the book. But then what divination says is, hey, this really is the only page you have to choose from. However, these things happening on this page, I can tell you how to dodge them. I can tell you how to block them. I can tell you how to move them out your way so that even though you're going on this one page, which it's got some challenges, I can tell you what needs to happen so that you can mitigate the situation so it doesn't have to put you in a state of complete and total chaos. The idea that you need to have an abusive relationship with your creator, that your creator is sitting here like, I want to give you all this. I do not have to triumph through trauma. That was one of the affirmations I reminded myself of the other night. I do not have to triumph through trauma. I can triumph through my good fortune. I can experience learning through good fortune and being able to speak that into existence. And that's why we do certain things in African traditional practices, like we give offerings or ebo to help mitigate, eliminate, overstep, hop over situations that would otherwise cause us trauma, cause us harm. Because at the end of the day, the creator did not simply decide in a broad sense. may not be 100%. There may be some people that want to experience certain things when they incarnated because they had the most wonderful life before. Like, what's the antithesis of that in this life? But in a broad sense, the creator of all existence wants you to be happy, wants you to be joyful, wants you to be well, wants you to have inner peace, wants you to have prosperity and abundance in every form that that looks like. But once you come into this body, it is hard, to remember. It's hard to remember that that's what you wanted. And that's why in her infinite wisdom said, I'm going to have this entire spiritual court right here available to you. Ashe, thank you. Like, available to you. And I'm going to give you signs, symbols, whatever the case, whatever resonates with you, so that you can move in a certain way. So even if you're not going to be in an ATR, that doesn't mean you don't have access to being able to trust your intuition. Your intuition is the voice of your Ori. Your intuition is the voice of your favorite self. It is the part of you that knows which page in your Choose Your Own Adventure book you should be turning to. It knows that even if you turn to a page with a challenge, we can overcome this challenge together. But if you only act on instinct, where you're just listening to your intuition and you are not learning how to commune so that you can actually proactively go to your Ori, then you're just still being in a space of where life is happening to you, and you're not in the energy of co-creating your life, which is what is supposed to be happening. What's supposed to be happening is a co-creation process. And what we have lost in touch with is our ability to understand that we are co-creating with the creator our own experiences in our life. Up until the moment you know that, you're just simply like, life is happening to you. It's happening. It's happening to you. And you have those beautiful inspirational moments like, and you put two and two together. Man, if I hadn't done such and such a thing, then ... would have happened. This is where having a relationship with your Ori, having a relationship with your Egun, your ancestors, having a relationship with your Egbe, your spiritual family, can help support you in being able to get in touch with those things easier. But to start easy, self. It all starts with self. Self is first. Self is first. Self is absolutely first. There's a hierarchy is not quite the right word, but I would say that there's a hierarchy into like your spiritual court and who you go to. Tomorrow in my free webinar, I'll be talking about that. But here today, self. And where you want to start with self is, how are you speaking over your life? I was talking to Darcel. I hope he does this video, because when I say he said this thing to me and it hit me so hard, I text all my goddaughters and said, hey, y'all free? Because my edge just got snatched, and I feel like I'm a snatch out too, because this was a word. And what he said is, you do not have trust issues because you trust that the bad thing, the negative outcome, is going to take place. You trust that. He said, you trust that the hardship is going to happen. You trust that it's not going to work out. And thus it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because that's what you're giving momentum to. Because then you start moving in accordance with the thing that you already trust. You already trust hardship. So if you're someone like me who's trying to make your business be your sole income, and you expect it not to work out, you expect it to not happen right away. So then what do? You go ahead and get another job. You go back to corporate America and things of that nature, because what you trust is that this is not going to work. So I still need this other thing, because it's clearly not going to work me doing this thing. And thus you have allowed yourself to give momentum to the negative manifestation. Well, what would happen if you trusted in your prosperity? What would happen if you trusted in your E-Ray? What would happen if you trusted in your abundance? What does that look like? What does it look like to trust in the best possible outcome? We don't know how to do that. We haven't been taught how to trust in the best possible outcome. So it takes practice. I told my goddaughters, like, trust in something in your human eye is small, because in the grand scheme of things, everything you desire is small when you think about everything that the Most High could bring into your life. easily with just a thought. So, but think in your human itself, so that helps. What you're doing is getting your heart already knows, trust in the best possible thing. Why? Because this is where your inner spirit lives. This is where your quote unquote higher self, your favorite self lives. Your conscious self lives here, and your favorite self lives here. And the goal is not to eliminate your ego, it is to bring these two into a common dialogue so they're both working together and in tandem with each other and not working on two different priorities. So what you do is you have to get this to trust this. And how do you do that? You do something small. So yesterday I asked them to like, hey, trust in something innocuous. Just trust in something small. Just trust that one thing. And then when that happens, then you trust in another thing and you kind of ratchet it up and keep going. Because then the more you begin to trust in the prosperity and you build a habit of trusting in prosperity, it then becomes second nature. The idea sometimes when you see confidence, you just stop thinking that. For real? That's illogical. You have to develop, it takes 21 days to break a habit. It takes 21 days to break a habit. So now you have to, for 21 days, trust in your good fortune. For 21 days, you have to trust that good fortune is going to find you. For 21 days, you need to say, okay, today I trust that I'm going to find a quarter on the ground. I'm going to get 25 cents. You didn't really have to be specific. Today I trust I'm going to get 25 cents. And be open, to how you're going to get your 25 cents. The next day, I trust I'm going to get $1. Okay, cool. Then trust how that dollar's going to, don't worry about how the dollar's going to get to you. Trust you're going to get $1. I trust that I'm going to get my nails and my toes done for my birthday. So you have to trust. You have to trust in the good fortune. You have to trust that your good fortune actually wants to come to you. My godchildren and I, we did an exercise, and one of the affirmations that I had to say over and over, like we all had to say, but I really had to say it, was everything that, thank you. I don't get to wear red often because it's one of my colors I can't wear in abundance. It's one of my taboo colors, but today, because it's Shango's day, I was able to wear red today. So trusting that everything you desire desires you. And so you have to trust everything that you desires you. If it is a new job desires for you to have it. What happens sometimes is you're not in alignment with what that new job is. It's not that the new job don't desire you, is that your conscious self thinks you're supposed to be doing one line of work when your inner self says, that's not the job I'm trying to give to you. It's not the job I'm trying to give to you, my guy. You keep trying to go left, and I want you to go right. And this is where, again, going back to the Odu, that connection to spirit helps you to remove obstacles. A spiritual practice. I do the yellows and the whites. I do those colors as well. Yes. Your spiritual practice puts you in a position where you're going to start getting to know yourself, like really getting to know yourself, like digging into like your birth chart, digging into your numerology chart, like digging into some of these things, these test and personality things that are going to help illuminate information about your soul's journey and where it is trying to guide and grow you in your human experience in your life. Understanding that, I'll give example. So my solar return, in my solar return chart, everything in my chart sits up top. So the top half of the chart is your public self. Everything. If any of my godchildren in here, I'm sorry in advance because I can see it happening. I'm sorry in advance. So everything is at the top of the chart. Everything's at the top of the chart. What does this mean? That for my solar return year, so my level 45 year, this year is about me being out. It is about me being out. So me trying to do anything where I'm hiding behind the scenes is out of alignment because that's not what my soul's trying to do this year. My soul says you need to be out. You need to be seen, whether that is seen doing something like this, seen outside, but your role this year, the thing that is going to propel you this year requires you to come out. It requires you to come out. So being able to do something like that, where you have a spiritual practice, it nudges you to go look at this information. It nudges you to say, let me go, like, even if you can't learn to read the chart yourself, put yourself in alignment to get someone to do it for you. Get the information. That's the thing. Like, the Most High was like, I know when I decide to incarnate as a human, I'm going to forget my destiny. I'm going to forget. Like, I'm not going to remember what I said I wanted to do. I said I want to do a lot of things. I'm not going to remember what I said. So what? I'm going to tap all these various humans and I'm going to give them all various gifts. I'm going to tap all these people to make them good at astrology. These people's going to be of numerology. These people are just going to be diviners. Some people can do it all. So being able to then tap in and say, hey, what is my soul's mission? What is my soul wanting to do? Well, the mission is to be happy. But what am I supposed to be doing? What is my career supposed to look like? You know, spouse, what is the energy of my spouse? Not what my spouse like, but the overarching energy of my spouse. What are the traits of the person that would be most nurturing to my soul? What is the work environment look like that would be most nurturing to my soul? I have a Sagittarius 6th house. This is your day-to-day life in your work environment. Sagittarius like to be on go. They like to go. And fire signs tend to like to lead. So guess what I can't do is be on somebody else's schedule. That does not resonate with me. That is not how my soul wants to move in this incarnation. Now, how else I know that? Because my midheaven, which is my actual career, is in Pisces. And Pisces really ain't trying to be tied down. So now I know double certain, no, even more so. My 10th house is in Aries. Aries need to be in charge. This is the placement of the CEO. So now I know that entrepreneurship is for me. You have some people who are trying to be an entrepreneur and their soul says, I want to work for somebody else. You have people trying to be entrepreneurs and their soul is like, I want to work for somebody else. I do not want to lead. I already led the last lifetime. That is not where I'm trying to be. I want to work for somebody else. That is what's going to give me peace. But they keep trying to align themselves to being a CEO because everybody's supposed to have an No, you're not. Everybody's not supposed to have a business because who's going to work for the business owners? That sounds not smart. Everybody want to have a business, so who's going to work for the business owners? There are people who are not meant to own businesses. Sorry. There are people who are meant to be CEOs and people who are not. There are people who are meant to lead and people who are meant to follow, and that is okay. There is nothing less than are self-inflicted. You are able to move in accordance with what it is that you want. And when you know that and you know how to move in alignment with it, then Ika Okbe, you can begin to speak it into existence. Yes, everything serves a purpose. I got a really short video. Everybody chosen. Period. If you exist, whether you are voluntold by the creator to come to earth or you volunteered to come to earth, every single living being on this earth is a chosen one. You were chosen by the creator. The creator chose to incarnate as you. How dare you feel like because you're not doing this lavish thing that your life don't have purpose? Everybody's life has purpose. Everybody is creating a ripple effect in the entire universe. Everybody is chosen. What you are chosen for is going to vary from person to person, from soul to soul to Ori to Ori. What you're chosen for is going to vary, but everybody is chosen. Again, going back to Ika Ogbe, the power of the word. Do not speak a hex over yourself. Do not, well, I couldn't possibly because all I do is do hair. Your hair, let me talk about hairdressers real fast. Well, I got a last couple of minutes. Hairdressers are like powerful because they are always touching people's Ori. Hairdressers are always touching people's Ori because your Ori is your head. So if you are someone that does hair or even makeup, or a barber. You are always touching somebody's ori. So then in that knowing why now you have this gift, is it simply just that you're doing hair, or is there something about your ashe that is causing their ori to be cleansed? Because you be washing hair, cleansed. So now it's like, okay, now I have a different knowing. So now I know not only I'm not just simply washing the physical dirt. Now I'm setting intention. I am cleansing, removing negative energy from this individual. You are making this person see themselves in a different way. When someone gets their hair done, they see themselves differently. When someone gets their makeup done, they get their hair cut. Y'all like, come home after you get your hair retwisted. Come home after you get that fresh lineup. Why are you still outside? Like, understand there is a shift in energy that takes place when you look good. There's a shift in energy that takes place when you look good. And there is magic and power in that. So understand, a comedian, some of the best medicine is laughter. Some of the best medicine is laughter. So if some of the best medicine is laughter, and you have the gift of making people laugh, you have the ashe to make somebody laugh. That is what you're chosen for. Some people are chosen because they can cook the ASAP off. Some people know how to make a dish and it tastes like somebody's grandma stuck a whole arm in it. There's love in that dish. There's nurturing in that dish. There's medicine in the food. That's their gift. That is what they are here for. Some are here because they're just here to birth. They're going to bring this life into this world. They're here to be this person's mom. And that's what they were chosen for. Because understand, you don't choose your children. Your children choose you. Your children choose you. They choose you to be their parents. Like, I'm going to choose this one, and they going to be my parents. They choose you. You don't choose them. They choose you. So understand, every person has been chosen for something. So speak life into yourself. Speak power over your life. If you're trying to work on everything I desire desires me, money. You want to pay your bills? Cool. I desire to have money to pay my bills. Money desires that all my bills are paid. You want to take it beyond just paying your bills, because that's a little okay, all your bills are paid, but you can't go shopping. That's not specific enough. I desire to have enough money to pay all of my bills, go and get all of my wants, and still have a surplus of money to not only save, but give back to pay it forward. And money desires that I have all of those things and more. Everything you desire desires you. Everything you desire desires you. Understanding that cultivating a spiritual practice goes beyond wearing crystals. It goes beyond putting crystals in your house. It goes beyond using the flashy language. Oh, I could talk about dimensions and 5D and portals. And do you know who you are? Because that's the real spiritual practice. Do you understand your relationship with yourself and the Most High? Do you? Do you understand your relationship with you and nature? And why certain aspects of nature move you the way they do? Do you understand that part? Because if you haven't done the foundational self-love work, you don't actually have a spiritual practice. You're just letting someone tell you what to do and still giving the power away from yourself. Because when you have a spiritual practice that centers you, it's not that you do not have a relationship with your spiritual core. You recognize your spiritual core is also you. You recognize that your spiritual core is you. They are aspects and facets of your divine being manifesting in external experiences to help propel you in life. They're you. Your ancestors are you. Your Orisha are you. Your Interu are you. They are you. They are facets of your consciousness, because everything is one with everything else. Your angels, your fairies, they are all you. So the first thing you should do is learn you. so that way you know how to engage with your spiritual court. If you are someone who not only, everyone has the power of the word in a general sense, but if you are someone who really has the power of the word, like there is something about your voice, there's something about your cadence that evokes things to move, well, then you know a certain way, you got to move a certain way in accordance with your spirit core, how you talk to them, your ability to communicate with them, your ability to speak things into existence. You understand how to do, you got to learn how to do that. It doesn't just happen. This is why we have elders. You don't have elders because you're supposed to use them as a crutch. A good elder teaches you how to stand on your own. A good elder teaches you that you are the most complicated ritual, the most sacred of spiritual tools, and teaches you how to move in accordance with that. You are the most beautiful altar. A true elder is going to give you that learning, plus the traditions of whatever practice it is. A true elder is going to be like, okay, so you're a medium, and is going to help you learn how to safely work in your mediumship and not have your mediumship working you. Because no, you should not be walking around like Captain Sava, but you also should not be cloistered up in your house because you don't have any boundaries and you keep reading people and keep picking up their energy because you don't have no boundaries in place, and thus you just stay in the house so that you can avoid everybody's energy. No, you are needed, not in your house. You're needed, not in your house. You're needed. You're needed. And because you're needed away from your house, you need someone that is going to help you, support you in you learning how to put those boundaries and things in place so that you can move in the world. I am a clear empath and I'm clairsentient, a medium, and an oracle. But I have no problem going to the mall and going to get two Cinnabons and maybe a pretzel dog, you know, where all the peoples are. I don't have a problem doing that. I don't. I don't. In fact, the only place that I still have an area of opportunity is not crying, watching movies. That's my area of opportunity, and it's probably because I don't have a huge boundary there. Once I start to cry, I'm like, okay, this is not for me. I am not the character in the movie, and I know how to turn it off. But if you don't have an elder that helps you, a mentor that supports you, like you don't have to do this by yourself. And if you look, you look like me, the melanated people, we've never done it by ourselves. Let me say that. The melanate, we've never done it by ourselves. That has always been our superpower. As a community, it's community. Our superpower, melanated folks, has always been community. And it didn't just start and stop at you live near these people. Your spiritual practice was done in community. Your learning was done in community. That has always and will forever be our superpower. And when you keep trying to operate in solo mode, like some others, you are out of alignment with what it is that is going to nurture and elevate your being so that you can move as your favorite self. So yeah, um, that's what I want to share today. Today. I tell you, I wasn't I've been watching the clock because I said I am not staying on live 90 minutes today. Plus, I have a ritual, and that's why. That's the only. In fact, that's the reason why I'm not doing readings tonight. So tomorrow I will go live probably somewhere around 2ish. I am going to go live tomorrow and do readings. But if you want to catch me before then, I am teaching a free webinar on what is your Isheshe. It is a nod to the Isheshe practice, but it is not inherently about Isheshe as a tradition. It is about what Isheshe as a concept literally is. So the class is about what is Isheshe conceptually? How do you honor your Isheshe? The bonus is one particular aspect of your Isheshe. I'm going to teach you some things that you can do on how to venerate that specific aspect of your Isheshe. And then those who attend and are like, hey, I like the way you teach really great. And I am a Black woman who is trying to, move forward in my spiritual practice, and I really need an elder, and you feel like we might be a good fit for each other. My mentorship program will have a coupon posted at the end of the webinar, but the webinar is free. You can go to the link in my bio, Go to the events page, RSVP. It is absolutely free for you to attend. And I'm really excited about it because I like this particular topic. I'm really passionate about it, and I think it's revolutionary in the way that Ifa and Isheshe most specifically talks about your relationship. Well, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. I didn't expect it, but we'll just say how spirit moves, and it's like you about to have godchildren. So I have some currently, and I have I got space for at least 6 more. I got space for at least 6 more goddaughters. And at the beginning of the year, the shifts that have been made. So I have the temple space, the temple community is broad. Anybody can be, if you feel like you want to learn more about Ifa or Risha, you want to have like just a community that you fellowship with, you like going to see how other people venerate and honor Orisha, the ancestors, Ekbe, then boom, that is my temple community space. And anybody can come to those. I'm hosting my first Orisha Worship Service of the year on February 11th. It is also free, though I do have an option for people who would like to offer an energy exchange because I am going to be teaching from an Odu and there will likely be offerings. But I'm going to be doing those. Ita Dogun will then be open to the temple community as a whole, but the actual Ile portion within the temple, my one-on-one personal relationship godchildren, those are just going to be, as of right now, Black women. I do have some non-Black women currently, but the direction go forward as of right now is just Black women. If I have some folks who are like, but I'm a brother and I really feel like you're supposed to be my godmother, I know what to do for y'all. Y'all still come holler at me because I asked, I know what to do to be able to still support y'all in some capacity. But I'm also going to have classes that are for the temple. So there'll be classes that I'm doing that's just for my godchildren. And then I will also have classes, rituals, and things for the actual broad temple community. Well, Ashe, I love that. I love it. And I started out that way. But Spirit was like, you need an elder. And I'm going to say this is what I close about with elders and teachers. One, an elder is not always older than you. And I say that because for me, like I know I'm called specifically to Gen X. Like that's Gen X, older millennials. Like those are the people who are most drawn, most aligned to be able to receive the medicine from me. And that's okay. And if you don't need an elder, like I do need an elder who is honest. You know what? Let me tell you this. You're gonna like this. So I kept saying I need an elder. So once I separated age, I had a homegirl who they had gone through a spiritual awakening, and I knew that they were teaching. So I reached out to them first because I trusted them, and that's the key, is the trust factor. So I trusted them to help me. They were not Orisha practitioner or anything like that. They were aware of Orisha, but that's not what they did. They specifically helped me with one, learning myself, having just a basic practice where I get up in the morning and said prayers and talk to my ancestors. And then how did I learn to trust my spiritual gifts? So that's what we worked on. But I still needed that call. The Orisha were calling real loud. And I didn't think I was going to initiate because let's just say what my belief structure and didn't align with every Orisha tradition. So then I was gifted an Ifa divination with who is now my godmother. And listening to her content. See, I was listening to her before I got the divination. And I liked the way she taught. That's one of those things. Choosing an elder is like getting a mentor at your job. You got to vet them. So go watch their content, read their blogs. Do you like how they teach? That's number one. Do you like how they teach? Energy don't lie. You are going to be able to tell if this person is being insincere. Trust that. If they do not feel sincere to you, they are not aligned to you. If they don't feel sincere, they're not aligned. And there should be no fear mongering. Like, I'm going to say that with my whole entire chest. If you are someone looking to go to any ATR, and I do mean any ATR, so this is not, I'm not the one that, uh, right. Everybody that can lead can't teach. Every leader is not a good teacher. Every teacher is not a good leader. You have some who have the ability to do both, but you have to talk to them, go experience them to see where they are. Can they teach you, but maybe they can't lead you? So then you go to their classes, but you may not be one of their godchildren. This is why, like Temple Wise, I have options for people to still get learning from me, even if they're not one of my godchildren, because I might not be the person meant to lead them. That's what I might not be the person to lead them. Everybody that can lead can't teach, and everybody that can teach can't lead. You have some people who are blessed with the ability to be able to do both. You have some that are blessed with the ability to be able to do both, but they still may not be for you. You go watch their videos. See what if you are learning, if you enjoy the learning experience when you watch their videos. Are they teaching about the energies of the tradition in a way that makes you want to learn more, that makes you want to interact with them, or are they terrifying you? Because don't get it twisted. There's some out there like they were just like scare you in that, and then all of a sudden you don't come. And for me, I don't like that. There are too many people in the diaspora specifically. That's why I said I'm the awakening doula for the diaspora. There are too many people in the diaspora, too many of my brothers and sisters who are ATR is calling them. But their first interaction is with an elder that tells them, hey, they're going to be pissed off with you. The Orisha's going to be mad. No. Now you sound like you still haven't left your Abrahamic tradition, and you still need to have an angry male god over you. You still need to have a bad guy. And I don't teach about the tradition in that way. So if you still need a bad guy, you don't want to be held accountable, I am not the elder for you. If you need you need to be scared into doing what you're supposed to do. You need to be scared into walking into your Iwa Pele. I am not the elder for you. But if you want to have a practice that is spiritual, built on the foundation that you are supposed to love yourself, that's the foundation. That is the foundation, and the spiritual practice gives it structure. Ashe, thank you. Thank you, Modupuel. I don't understand. There are too many people like doing that. I was on a podcast, and she's talking to me, and she says to me, I wish I had met you first when I first started trying to go and find Orisha. And when she told me that the way the person talked about the Orisha, okay, hold on, let me finish this sentence and I'm gonna say something to you. Um, they were told that it scared them and turned them off. And then she's like, listening to you made me actually want to go learn more. So the reason why you came to my live, I don't know if you can tell by my name or you were here at the beginning. So I'm going to say it again, that I am Ianifa Dania Faomi Shango. I am Yemoja in Shango. That is who I am crowned currently. I say that currently because I'm Omo Orisha. Those two are just the only ones I've crowned right now. But yeah, you got like energy attracts like energy. You were drawn on Oshe Irinle. Oshe Irinle today from across the world of Orisha practitioners. This is Shango's Day. This is why, and I asked because I don't always wear red even on Shango's Day, but today I wanted to stand out. And I was like, can I wear red today? Is it cool? Can I have some red on today? And so I put some red on today. But you would come to a live with an Ianifa who is a woman king of Shango and a daughter of Yemoja. That is not an accident. That is not an accident. And it is probably why you're able to learn from me, because we have the Orisha energy is permeating. So if they're calling you, yes. And just so you know, like also understanding what are there's so many children of Isheshe in the diaspora, like that all have different daddies. That's the way I describe it. The transatlantic slave trade took half the children, brought them over here. Isheshe was still their mother, but they all got different daddies. So being able to, it's everywhere. So let me sweeten you up. Come here, Sugarfoot. One, you're in Tennessee. I have a goddaughter in Tennessee. Two, I have a goddaughter in Texas. I have a goddaughter in Tennessee. I have a goddaughter in Texas. I have one in Alabama. I have one in North Carolina. I have maybe three in Georgia. Ifa will reach you everywhere. You see how I'm teaching you right now? How you think I teach all them godchildren and none of them live near me? How you think we get all together and none live near me? None of them live near me. None. Like real talk, like even like I have a goddaughter who lives fairly close to me. She's out of town. She's out of town. That's why don't limit yourself that the elder has to live next to you. Yes, that's a wonderful thing. And I wish my goddaughters all lived near me. I wish that when I taught classes, they could all be here at my house and we could all be sitting together in my shrine area and doing the things. But Ogun, in his infinite wisdom, said, I am going to ensure that people are going to create technology to allow someone to the ability to connect and commune with Ifa across miles and miles and not have to be there. But I know for me in my Ile, Black American women understand that if you are looking for Agbo Ato, if you are looking for your spiritual community and you're looking for it where it feels like a home for sisters, consider your girl. Come to my free webinar tomorrow. Consider your girl. Because as of right now, other than my two non-melanated goddaughters, it is all Black American women. And I call that out most specifically because a lot of times that's what we're looking for. It's like you may not be in a position to go across the water. You may not be in that position. You also want someone that's going to be able to come to you with the wisdom of Ifa and the medicine and apply it to you in a way where you can receive it. Like being able to, the words are taken and understood. Here's the words and the words are understood. Having someone hear the words and the words is understood. So being able to have someone be able to teach you an Odu and put it in a perspective, in the lens and its perspective of that, of someone in the diaspora and someone in the diaspora that looks like you, who may have been having lived experiences that are similar to yours. That is the beauty of the community in which I am birthing, is because I know I am calling a specific group. I know I am calling oracles, mediums, sibyls. That's who's coming. That's who is being drawn to. And also understand that I'm also calling Black women who are learning to understand that when they look in the mirror, they too see the Most High. I'm calling Black American women who are wanting to be in a space that says, when I look in the mirror, I want to be able to say, hi, God, and know that that is who is smiling back at you. That is what my godchildren receive. That is what the temple members will receive, even by association, coming to just fellowship and venerate and get some of the other classes that I'm just going to do broad. Like I'm going to do an Ori class. I'm going to do an Ofo Ashe class. I'm really looking forward to the Ofo Ashe class. Really looking forward to that. But being able to say, my Ile is the home of the Black American woman who want to embrace the wisdom of Ifa. They are not all going to initiate. I got at least 2 or 3 that they're probably not. They're still getting the medicine because the medicine can be received, period. I don't know who just went on my website, but Ashe Modupuel, like the medicine's going to be received. and they still engage in the rituals. They still, like the one we're doing tonight, they're still going to be there. They're still going to be there. They just haven't gotten to the space where they said, okay, I'm going to initiate. I have one, and she's like, I'm cool with just my hand of E5. I just want to get comfortable in that. And that's cool. Ain't nobody rushing nobody. I am not knocking on the doors. Hi, have you heard about E5? Have you heard about your Lord and Savior E5? Like, I'm not doing that. I don't have to. The medicine of E5 can be applied to anyone, regardless of your walk, regardless of your religion, if you are simply but open to receive it. Period. So anyone that comes, they all consider me their godmama, whether they choose to initiate or not. I am their Ianifa, period. Period. And I love them to pieces. Just love the whole lot of them. Just beautiful souls, and the way we could just be women together. Like we could just be like that. I can't put into words how powerful that alone is. We could just be together, and to be able to have conversations like we had this past Sunday, talking about creation and the role of the divine feminine in creation, and recognizing how that looks. That right there, I love it. Like I can't put it into any other words other than I love it. There are moments where it's emotional for me to be able to bear witness to their growth, to bear witness to them growing as just themselves. I'm not looking for them to be anybody else. I'm not trying to make them the me. I'm not trying to make them the most powerful medium in the world. No, I want you to be you in whatever the way that looks like. I need you to be you. I need you to know that if Ifa calls you and you feel like, for lack of a better way to put it, like, but I'm wretched, and come, come, come. You think I'm not going to be wandering around listening to Gucci Man Lemonade, getting full downloads? What are you saying? What are you saying? Like it's my birthday week. 2 Chainz birthday. It's my birthday. That's gonna be on repeat. That's gonna be on repeat. Oh, girl singing that song, make that breathe. That's been my body movement song. That doesn't make me less of an E. It makes me more, because Ifa says, "Be the truth." The truth of who I am. And the truth of who I am is, on the same day that I'm going to be vibing out to Ella Andal and all the amazing Odisha music, is also the same day that I might be in my room on the twerk team. All things are holy when you're walking in your Iwa Pele. And that is me walking in my Iwa Pele. Okay, so. Oh, Thursday is my solar return. I will be live at 1:30, because my official, that's the day, but 1:35 is my actual official solar return. So I was like, Shay, thank you. I was like, so I'm like turning 45. That's why all my services are 45% off. I've realized today, I said, you can book and get a 75-minute divination. You can get a 75-minute E5 divination for $45.45. I was like, what's not going to be special? I'm going to run a sale for my birthday. I'm turning 45, boom, 45% off. You do not have to get the divination this week. Don't have to get the divination this week. Let me make sure that's clear. Do not have to get the divination this week, but you do have to book it this week to get the $45. You can have it anytime. You just have to book it this week. You can book it on my website. I also take Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. I take all the things. I got my own EBT, so I don't need that. I got my own. I don't need that one. But I do take all the other payment forms. But yeah, come fellowship, come to the thing tomorrow, come to the Ijosine on February 11th. Y'all, look, I just want to say, if you're sensitive to energy, February 11th, you might want to wear something on your head. Even though you're going to be on Zoom, I'm prone to sing people into a trance. So if you're not trying to go fly on the 11th, wear a hat or something when you hop on the Zoom. When you come on the Zoom February 11th, just wear a little something on your head. I'm not gonna be on the tiki taki. This is a Zoom only session, so you got to go RSVP on my site. Again, it's free. Like real talk, like it's free. It's free. So come holler at me. I'm gonna go because I need to go put all my light on for my fellowshipping with my godchildren. But I just want to say first off, thank y'all for engaging in the live. Y'all could have been doing all manner of things, and y'all decided to come sit and listen to me yammer on about some odus and teachings and things like that. And if you got some medicine and some nourishment from what I had to say, then I give gratitude to your Oris and your Egum and your Egbe. Because if they had not already vouched for my Ashe, my energy, you wouldn't be here. If your Ori hadn't said, oh, go to this live. If your ancestors hadn't said, go to this live. If your Egbe hadn't said, hey, yo, you should go to this live, you would not be here. So I give gratitude to your spiritual court for trusting that I had some medicine, I had something that you were going to need to receive that was in alignment with your favorite self. And I give gratitude Modu.0 for that. And I give gratitude for you listening to that nudge and coming to my live. So if you haven't already followed me, hope you do. Yanifa Danifa Omi Shango. Go join my mailing list on my site. I don't know. I wish one of my godchildren was in here because I'd be like, y'all, my aura is like giving white today. My aura is white today. Cause like Claudia, can you see what's happening here? Can you see? I just need you to know. I just like, can you see this? I'm a ground before I come get with y'all, but can you see? Can you see this the white energy happening? I'm just yeah. I say like, and they're when I tell you, hi Rachel, hi. There is no light in front of me. Like this here is the light above my head. This other stuff happening, and it's too because I have red on. It makes it crazy noticeable. Because I have on red, it makes this happening here real noticeable. So yeah, I'm gonna go ground. You watched it change? Yeah. I'm gonna go ground so that when I get with my goddaughters later. Uh I love seeing y'all speak to each other. That just warms my whole heart. I just love that. I love y'all. All right, let me go so I can get ready to go and we gonna fly later. I hope I see y'all in my webinar tomorrow. Otherwise, have a good night. Take care. Make that breathe. Shake that.